The Tshwane Metro Police Department is warning of road closures today. Scores of students are expected to participate in a Fees Must Fall march. The demonstration is set to begin at 8 this morning and is expected to last until 1 in the afternoon. Students are expected to gather at Church Square and then proceed to the Union buildings. Most of the streets in the Pretoria CBD are likely to be affected. The very own Lirandzu Themba joins us live now from Church Square in the Pretoria CBD. Lirandzu, a very good morning to you. And are we seeing any signs of this march preparations for it to get underway where you are this morning?
Good morning to you, Veka. Well, at this hour, we're just seeing the usual traffic around Church Square with people making their way to their various destinations, mainly schools and also workplaces. We haven't really seen any gathering of some sort of any students here. But according to the statement that we received later last night, Yuveka, students are definitely going to be descending to Church Square where they're going to be, we understand that there will be buses from as far as Mpumalanga and the Northwest as well joining this protest by students, and they'll be making their way to the Union buildings.
Do we know who has organized this march, Lirandzu?
Well, you know, it was very hard to figure that question out later on last night until the statement came through with much more clarity, Yuveka. From my understanding, it is the progressive movements, mainly the EFF as well as the Pan-African Student Movement of Azania, that have really been in the forefront of all the Fees Must Fall demonstrations that have been happening, especially here in the capital city. They are the people that are behind this demonstration that's going to happen today. And from my understanding, we're expecting about 3,000 students, as I've said, from all the different provinces as well to converge here at Church Square, where they're going to be handing over a memorandum of demands to the president's doorstep. And just to refresh on those demands, Yuveka, in the main, they are just calling on the removal of police personnel as well as inyalas in all institutions of higher learning across the country. Another thing that is a top of mind is the fact that they're calling on every student that has been arrested during the Fees Must Fall protest to be released immediately. And of course, the call for free education is also still quite loud here in the capital city. So, Yuveka, the students are saying that instead of them being given free education, they have been given free rubber bullets and tear gas. And they're saying that this march really to the Union buildings is to let government know that this is not what they're calling for. They're not calling for being tear gassed. They're not calling for being being pelted with rubber bullets, but rather for free education. And they're saying that they feel that they've been running around in circles with the president, who's not addressing their issues at the core, which is free education. And they hope that this march will really demonstrate just how serious they are about their demands for free education and decolonized education.
Now, Lirandzu, you spoke about the president, and just looking at their statement, it's very critical of President Jacob Zuma. I mean, saying things like the reduction of our struggle to war between students and police is informed by the silent role played by the president. They talk about him being in Kenya and deploying police and military ministers, they say, to end the protest, saying he's committed to avoiding dialogue but shower students with bullets and tear gas. Do we know their direct message to him? What are they expecting? Are they wanting some kind of response from the president himself, not just government?
Well, I think that question really will be answered when we do grab one of the organizers, hopefully that will make their way here very soon, Yuveka. But in the main, they're saying that they're going to be handing over a memorandum of demands to the president. And speaking to the Tshwane Metro Police Department spokesperson Isaac Mahamba yesterday, he mentioned that the reason why this protest is actually illegal this morning is because they had failed to produce evidence that there will be someone who will be receiving the memorandum of demands at the Union buildings. And this is the very question that you're asking, is that, you know, what is contained in this memorandum of demands. But the one thing that we know is the fact that this protest or this demonstration that we're going to be seeing later on today is really a response to what they have termed, the students have termed, as an onslaught on them by police at their campuses, at their places of learning. And they're saying that they want this to stop, and of course calling also on the people that have been arrested to be released once and for all. Just yesterday, Yuveka, just a few meters from the church square, we did see a case where 2 students that were affiliated to the EFF Student Command who were released on bail, and they were of course nabbed for their role in the Freedom Must Fall movement demonstrations. And so they're just saying that everyone else who is still behind bars, who is facing a charge that is anywhere related to the Fees Must Fall protest, needs to be released. So it is quite interesting to see what exactly is going to be contained in this memorandum of demands. And of course, when I do get a side of it, we will definitely make it known.
And very quickly for us, you say police already saying this march is not legal, given the running battles we've seen with students and police officers over the past couple of weeks. How are police, if you have any idea, prepared to deal with this march today?
Yes, the Metro Police in the capital have made it quite clear that the march is illegal, but they will not stop it from going ahead. They're expecting about 3,000 students to converge here at Church Square, and they're really saying that, warning really businesses as well to just keep in mind that these students will be making their way from here to the Union Building, some 3-4 kilometers away. And of course, we have seen in the past where if there is marches that are going through the CBD, where some businesses have had to shut their doors. So there has been a caution really from the Tshwane Metro Police Department, just saying that businesses just take heed of that, as well as motorists. But essentially, Yuveka, they're just saying that just in case this march does go underway, they are going to be ready, and they are already deploying more Metro Police. We have already seen 2 police signalers here at Church Square, and we are expecting more officials to come down before the students, and also during the students' protests or during the students' demonstrations to the Union Buildings.
Thanks very much, Lirandzu Themba. We'll get more updates from her as the morning goes along. She's live to us from Church Square, where that student march is expected to begin in about 45 minutes or so.